killed him.
Where did you shoot him in the head? Did you shoot him in the chest?
I was shot.
What about your mom? Where did you shoot your mom at?
My mom was saying that I killed him. You know, my dad said everything. And then I don't know what they got together. Keep her possession.
Possessed? Sure. So you shot your mom. Was she upstairs or downstairs?
Down. Okay. All right. I rocked my father.
24-year-old American Adlai Mestre was charged with the murders of his father, mother, sister, and even their dog. In October 2024, he allegedly killed them with a firearm and then dragged their bodies into the yard to bury them. And the most shocking part? The detectives made the mistake of leaving him alone for a moment. He found a way out and escaped. How does a young man even get to this point? How did he manage to slip through the cracks of justice? And what could push a child to turn on their own parents? Welcome to Caseborne. I'm breaking it all down, step by step, from the interrogation to the most disturbing details of that day.
So you have the right to remain silent. So what does that mean to you?
Well, honestly, today we're about to make a catastrophe.
So what does that right? You have the right to remain silent.
No.
That basically means that you don't have to talk to me. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. How was today with a major catastrophe?
And I want to talk to you, but I just got to go through these with you before we talk.
Got there?
I don't know. I haven't been out there.
You hear about the seismic waves?
I've heard of them. Okay? I've heard a couple people talking. But let me get through these, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. That means you don't have to talk to me, okay? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you know what that means? Adlai.
On top of that, he's left-handed. People often say lefties are smart, right? Well, Adlai Mestre might just be the exception that proves the rule. Anyway, this is standard procedure in the U.S. Officers have to read a suspect their rights before taking any action. That's how democracy works. But let me take you back to the beginning of this story. On Sunday, October 13th, 2024, police in Tijeras, New Mexico, received a call from a neighbor who said they heard gunshots coming from the house next door. When officers arrived, they found 24-year-old Adlai Mestre fleeing the scene, armed and with ammunition in hand. Inside the home, the house had been cleaned up, but blood stains were still visible on the floor and on a meat mallet left near the front door. In the backyard, near a ravine, investigators discovered the lifeless bodies of Bertha Huerta Conde, 51, her husband Raimundo Mestre, 46, and their 17-year-old daughter Brielle Mestre, as well as their dog. Brielle, the youngest, used a wheelchair and had been a long-time patient at a pediatric rehab hospital, which described her after her death as an extraordinary young woman. One friend said, "She was such a bright presence, and I think she looked forward to every single day."
Okay. Now, tell me what happened inside the house with your mom and dad and sister.
Well, now I have one more that sister previously working on the catastrophe. I try to leave. And, come over. Messed up. And family consciousness, I had to.
And when you say you had to, what did you have to do?
Kill.
Okay, you had to kill him? Okay.
And they lost consciousness, and I don't know what they do. I'll be there ready or rise back. And I'm like, half an hour later, eating body.
They were eating bodies?
Grabbing the dogs, and then I had to shoot the dog.
You had to shoot the dog?
And I was leaning with everything. I was cleaning, so then I heard the police.
Yeah. So, where was your dad when all this was happening, when you shot him? Was he in his room or living room?
Yes, you throw imaging camera and you check it.
Well, I'm just asking, would you know?
On 55 in the room? 55 in the room?
Yep, I've got it at the top. Where did you shoot your dad?
I shoot my dad in the room.
In the living room? And did you shoot him? Where did you shoot him?
Well, at first I just hit him. I hit him. And then I was like, I'm going for God. And then I killed him.
Wait, did you shoot him in the head? Did you shoot him in the chest?
I was shot.
What about your mom? Where did you shoot your mom at?
My mom was saying that I killed him. I was like, fuck. And I'm like, you know, my dad said the same thing. And then I don't know what they got to this. Keep her possession.
Possessed? Sure. So you shot your mom. Was she upstairs or downstairs?
Down. Okay. All right. Shot her.
One of the most striking things in this interrogation is the investigator's calm. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't panic. He asks questions patiently, step by step. That takes serious skill, because he's sitting across from a man accused of murdering his entire family. Most people would lose it, but he stays completely composed, guiding the conversation without force or aggression. That's the kind of professionalism that keeps an interrogation under control and actually brings out the truth. On the other side, you have Adlai Mestre. When he finally admits to the killings, there's no dramatic meltdown, no loud confession. He speaks almost casually, in a matter-of-fact tone, describing what he did. That calm, almost detached way of talking about such horrific acts is chilling, but it also tells us a lot about his mindset. He's not reacting like someone overwhelmed with guilt or emotion. He's presenting his actions as if narrating a story, which makes the exchange in that room so intense and so unsettling.
Down the trail.
And why did you put him in the ravine?
Lost consciousness. Take a picture. May I write some down?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I feel like temper.
I'm not tampering anything. I'll show you what I'm writing.
How about I write a note?
Okay. Sounds like Satan. Okay. So today, and you're not in trouble if you did, okay? Today, did you take any type of drug or anything like that?
No.
Do you normally take anything other than like marijuana or anything?
But like for the past week or two, I've been sobriety.
So you've been sober?
Yes.
What were you usually on?
Tipsy.
THC? So, okay. Did you take any type of meth, fentanyl, anything like that?
Different.
No? Okay. Have you ever been to the doctor at all for any type of mental health issues?
Well, yeah. I went to the Haven for, curse. People used to curse me. I feel like my family cursed me.
Oh, really?
Like I don't feel like my family shall curse me.
And why do you say that?
I don't know, it's just, but I always think I'm my family, my voice changed.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so this is what's going to happen, okay?
Okay, so here's the wild part. Adlai Mestre, right? At this point in the interrogation, he's clearly trying to play the crazy card. You see this a lot in cases like this. People will start talking about hearing voices, seeing things, or even supernatural stuff to make themselves look less responsible. And yeah, he's talking about seismic waves, energy, voices, even Satan. It's a mix of real-world stuff and straight-up delusions, and honestly, it's kind of unsettling to watch. Psychologically speaking, this is super interesting. He's basically trying to blame outside forces, like the universe or some energy thing, for what he did. It's a way for his mind to make the unthinkable feel less like his fault, you know? Classic defense mechanism when someone has done something horrific. Create a little bubble where reality and delusion collide. And here's the kicker. When the detectives step away for a moment, he totally changes. He starts talking to himself, pacing, whispering, even laughing a bit. It's like a whole other version of him comes out when no one's there.
I ain't no officer angel. Bloodline Jesus, no such thing. Jesus was not conceived. You know what y'all believe? Officer angels? Y'all believe there's bloodline Jesus. Fucking retarded. Officer Mestre, Admiral Mestre, matter of fact, Admiral Mestre. Admiral Mestre. Yo, please, thank you. Admiral Mestre. Thank you. On Dubai, I was on. That's all. On the seismic waves out here on the seismic waves. Big Bang. Top of the Big Bang. Oh no. And then the Space Needle. Top of the Space Needle. Top of the Space Needle. And then satellite communicator. Adlai Mestre. Officer Adlai Mestre. Officer Angel and all his jurisdiction, Adlai Mestre.
Are you cool? Or just
Good. Alright.
It's taken care of. Go and sit down for me, okay? All right.
Makes you wonder, is he really losing it? Or is he putting on a show to seem unstable? Is this him manipulating how people see him? Or is this really what he experiences? The contrast between how calm he seems when confessing in front of the detectives and how he acts when alone, man. It's creepy but fascinating.
may you please release me?
What's that?
May you please release me?
Release you where?
From this?
We can, and we can. So it's gonna be a little while. Just hang tight, okay? Please.
Are you gonna send more soldiers?
We have no soldiers here, man. We're all just cops.
You're gonna send more soldiers?
He's not a soldier, he's a cop. He's a deputy.
Or am I gonna spend the night?
You're gonna spend the night probably in jail.
Nice.
Okay? So we'll be back, but I just need you to simmer down a little bit, okay?
No, I heard. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough day, man. You've had a rough day, for sure.
Yeah.
So just take a deep breath for me, alright? Thank you.
Just let me spend the night in jail.
Honestly, I've never understood why they leave suspects alone during custody. To me, it's risky. Anything can happen, especially when the guy in front of you has just committed a murder. And what you're about to see next in this video, it's wild. Adlai Mestre finds a gap, a real weakness in the setup. Without anyone watching, he starts exploiting it. He pushes against a wall, breaks through some drywall, and makes a run for it. Just like that, a guy who just confessed to killing his own family is on the move.
Right? You spend the night in there, I spend the night in here. Oh my God.
Hey, up here!
Alright, so I know what you're all thinking. Did they catch him in time before he could vanish for good? The answer is a big, loud yes. Thankfully, law enforcement acted fast, and Adlai Mestre didn't get far. But this moment really highlights just how risky it is to leave someone like that unattended. One wrong move, one gap in security, and we could be talking about a totally different story. Now, let's talk about what happened next, his trial. After being taken back into custody, Adlai was formally charged with the murders of his mother, father, and younger sister, as well as the family dog. Prosecutors argued that it was premeditated, pointing to the way he moved the bodies, tried to cover evidence, and even the fact that he had a firearm ready. The defense tried to bring up his mental state, pointing to his references to voices, energy, and visions. But in the end, the jury wasn't buying that as a full defense. The result? Adlai Mestre was convicted on multiple counts of first-degree murder. The sentence was severe, life in prison without the possibility of parole. No chance of getting out, no second chance.
Interrupted, saying his medication had been stolen and that he tried to escape because he was scared. I have a lot I have to say. May the media please get pictures of the corpses because
Okay.
my father was throwing
And
this up
Mr.
and my
Mestre,
mother
we
was
really don't
throwing
wanna
this
talk
up.
about what's
And their
the
wounds
facts
were
of the
healed
case
and
there,
blackened.
Typically,
May the
we don't wanna
media,
talk about
may you
the
please
legal
release
claim.
the photos to the media because I'm fighting
We'll
for
give
my
them-
life.
And honestly, it makes you stop and think. What goes through a mind that could do this? How does a 24-year-old go from a normal life to committing something so dark? I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you believe he fully understood what he was doing? Or was it a mix of delusion and rage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. It's the kind of discussion that's hard to ignore. For context, though, here's a little insight into murder sentences in the U.S. First-degree murder, which is intentional and premeditated, often carries life without parole or even the death penalty, depending on the state. Second-degree murder usually involves intent but without premeditation and can carry decades in prison. And then there's manslaughter, which can be voluntary or involuntary, generally resulting in shorter sentences, though still significant. The justice system is structured this way to reflect the level of intent and the severity of the crime, but cases like Adlai Mestre's, they fall at the very top of that scale. So here we are at the end. When you look back at the Adlai Mestre case, it's not just about the crime itself. It's about everything surrounding it. The mind behind it, the tension in that interrogation room, the split-second decisions, and even the mistakes that could have allowed him to escape. Cases like this make you ask some heavy questions. What really drives someone to turn on their own family? How much of it is calculation? And how much is a mind unraveling under pressure? And when someone like Adlai talks about voices, energy, or visions, how do we separate delusion from manipulation? At the same time, you've got to respect the work of the investigators, their patience, their calm under pressure, and the way they navigated every twist without losing control. Not everyone could do that when facing a suspect who's just confessed to a triple homicide. So, I want to leave you with this. The line between reality and the mind's darkest corners is thinner than you think. It's uncomfortable, it's fascinating, and it's a reminder of how fragile and how complex human psychology can be. If this case got you thinking, if it left you questioning the nature of guilt, responsibility, or even sanity, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to explore more cases like this, with the same deep dive into mind, motive, and madness, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Because here at Caseborne, we don't just tell the story. We try to understand the story behind the story.